What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Talking Trubbish. We are back in the new year, 2026. Yeah. I'm your host, Matthew. I'm here with my buddy Jacob, as always. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm like ecstatic with obviously people are gonna notice a difference with the show.
Yeah.
Is it just me? I think I just caught this because I think unless you made the change. Did you put at the end of the song doo-doo-doo?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
I was like, wait, what? Did I just hear that right?
Yeah.
I've
I've been messing around with it, and I remember we talked about a couple weeks ago. I was like, dude, like I want like the whole like point like in the theme. So I've been trying to like figure out how to add it in the whole time.
Dude,
So
that was
I was
so
able to slip it
subtle.
in.
I didn't even like. I'm like, wait. I'm like, I had to like take like whenever. I don't know if you ever had a moment where you're walking somewhere and then like you look to your right and then like you keep walking and you're like, wait a minute, like, and then you take another, like, it's a double take. You did like a double look, and it's like, but I did that with like the song and I'm like, wait, what? I had to like really think about it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he put that there.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We got a lot of good things cooking up for the new year. The space that I'm in right now, I've been working on this for a while, so this is kind of like gonna be the final form of what the recording studio, quote unquote, but the closet, is gonna end up being. I have all my sound panels finished up. I got the LED lights, so that those have been so much fun to mess around
Yeah,
with. I'm not gonna lie. I noticed that you got all the LED lights. My question for you, because this drives me crazy right now, how many different remotes do you have for the lights themselves?
Well, actually this funny thing that you mentioned that because I kind of wanted to transition into how fucking expensive it is to do a gaming room. And keep in mind, like mine is like a low budget gaming room in comparison to the ones that you see like on social media, bro. Like I don't know if you ever seen the gaming rooms where they have like the ceiling is like a cloud. It's like cotton, and then like underneath that is like the light LED when like it looks like thunder, like I'm like,
Dude,
goddamn.
Yeah, people can have the most elaborate setups on that, right? Like that's insane. Some of the amount of money that people put into it.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, it adds up so quick. LED strip lights are so fucking expensive, bro. Like
Yeah.
well, to be fair, the one that's around my room, near the ceiling, it was around, I think, $60 to $80, somewhere between that range. But it was long. It literally reached around the whole room.
What brand is it?
It is the Govee.
Oh, the Govees.
Govee, yes.
Yeah. I think it's Govee. That's how I've always been pronouncing it. So
all I know is that my boss makes fun of me all the time for mispronouncing names. So how would you say? I'm gonna go back to your question, but how would you say? And I'm like literally roasting myself here, and I'm an advocate. I'm like a person that like will always be the first to roast myself, so no one else does. But how would you pronounce Alice? It's a girl's name.
Alice.
Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah, I call her Elise.
I mean, okay. Well, to be fair, I think nowadays it's a little more precarious to just assume it's pronounced the way that it like looks or appears, because I would offer up call it Alice, but like that's just because everybody that had that spelling from where I'm from was named Alice. But I have met somebody that it is they do refer to themselves as Elise with that same spelling.
All right,
and it is
put another name in the chat right now.
Yeah. Okay.
This one was like it completely was like, I'm like, I have no idea. I my Spanish brain was just like pronounce every single word.
Oh fuck, dude! I can see how you would pronounce it. So in my white brain, I pronounce this Danielle.
Yes, and that's actually how it's said. My
Okay,
boss.
can I guess how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Okay. Danielle?
Well,
Danielle?
I pronounced the e at the
How
end.
did you?
Like I said, like
Danielle?
I said Daniele, I think, or Daniela,
Danielle.
or some shit like that. And just for the listeners, the name is spelled Daniell. Oh wait, ELLE. Sorry. So I had a moment there. So I guess the E is silent at the end. So they just says like my boss literally like texts me and he's like it's um pronounce this, or it's he just basically like did like the whole like, oh, how do you pronounce his name, and on Google it tells
Oh, he
you.
typed in the
It's like, yeah,
phonetic version of it.
so
Yeah.
like he's like this, he literally said
Dan yell.
yes, he's like, this is how you say
yelled.
it. And I'm like, I literally got yelled at because of this shit.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's why I did not want to pronounce that name of the LED strip lights.
That's like the Key and Peele sketch with like Timothy.
Yeah.
Balake, you know,
Aaron,
like Aaron.
Yeah, I honestly would be the person would call it Aaron.
Yeah.
Like that's why when I do interviews, I'm like, hey, I don't mean to be like rude, but like I'm like straight up, I'm like, I'm really bad with names. Like, can you pronounce your name? Like, how do you say your name? I don't want to assume, right? And it's actually like, if you think about it, I play it so well that like it comes off of like, yo, this guy's so professional. I'm like, yo, bitch,
well
I just
practiced.
I just don't know. I just suck at
your media savviness is coming in.
I'm like, hey, it's a very unique name. How do you say that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. Like, if like, my name is Jacob. It's just spelled differently, and I can't say. It's funny that I can't pronounce names, and my name is so complicated the way it's spelled. So it's just very ironic and very.
I had to change it to the white spelling because my phone Siri does not recognize that as Jacob in my phone at all.
If you're ever to be like called Jacob and they'll like call another Jacob on your phone and it won't call me, like
nope.
it's funny, but it's funny how Siri does pronounce my name, and I literally see, it just said it right now. It just said it.
Jacob.
Did you hear it or no? Because I said, blank.
Yeah, I did. I did. Yeah.
And it said my name. What the fuck? That's so creepy. First of all, we'll definitely save that type of fucking subject another day. But the amount of money that cost for the LED strip lights, I think this was like 68 or 70 feet worth of the strip light was this $80 or whatever amount it was. Which was great, honestly. Like, it literally fit perfectly to hold the room and like a little bit left over. But I needed it for the other ones too, and it's funny because like half the amount, which is 29 feet or 30 feet, or whatever it was that I needed for each shelf, was literally like a $10 difference, I think, from the and I'm like, fuck me, and I'm like, I need like 3 of these, so I spent like $150 just like to get 3 more separate ones because I need it for each shelf. So if and when you see my background, I have 3 thinner shelves specifically for each of the Kanto starters. And I have one for Bulbasaur, I have one for Charmander, and for Squirtle, and all the evolutions and everything else. Any toys, any plushies, anything goes there. So this is like blue, green, red, right?
Yeah.
So, because like I'm like, damn, I can't have one strip light for each of those because I want the Charmander shelf all red,
right?
The Squirtle blue, and then the Bulbasaur one green. So I needed to get 3 different strip lights, and I'm like, god damn, like I mean, I could be lazy, and I'm like, nah, dude, I gotta do this right. Like, I gotta do this
Uh-huh.
right. Even if it's slow, even if it's just for the camera setup, I will have it for that, and anything else on site can wait and is pending because it's not gonna normally be on the camera.
Yeah.
But that shit added up, and I'm like, bro, like this, like I can't even imagine. And keep in mind, like this is not even like the good strip lights, like the LED strip lights. They're good, but then there's ones that I saw that were like for 20 feet or 16 feet was like $100, and I'm like,
Yeah, like for some reason, like the Hue brand are just so fucking expensive. Like the Chinese like Govee ones are just like the most affordable ones. At
right.
least like at the brick and mortar stores like Lowe's, Home Depot, and Menards. But
I
like Hue is like 3x the price for less. I'm
Yeah,
finding.
it is, and it's funny you say that because he like I actually like the ones that I have now.
Uh
We'll
huh.
call it Govee, for the
Yeah.
sake of I have no idea how it's actually pronounced, but that I actually do like it a little bit more. But the only thing I don't like, and I may change down the road, it's that there is a difference between LED strip lights that look meshed, but the one that I have around my room has like you can kind of see like the dots on each like one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I
that's the
see what you're
only
saying.
thing, but there is a little thing where I guess you can kind of like clip onto it where it makes it kind of like mesh together.
Yeah, put a semi-transparent strip over it,
Yeah.
or even like tape.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
yeah, like get like semi-transparent Scotch tape, and you could put it over it, and it will
Hmm.
do the exact same thing. That's a cheap hack,
That
just to let you know.
that's a
That's like a
cheap gaming
theater.
hack.
That's a theater hack, by the way.
Yeah, and I actually have, which they're a little bit on the older side, but smaller. The ones that are around this little section here, that's the Hue brand on the side, but it's a little bit brighter and it does mesh better. But like I don't know, I feel like I don't like it as much like as the other one. It
Okay.
doesn't pop out with the colors that I like. The app itself, because I use the Wi-Fi to control both of them. When you asked your initial question was how many controls do I have, so it's just two, one for the Hue app and the other one for the Govee app. Now, when I set up the other ones, I'm gonna have a total of four with a Govee, and then potentially six down the road.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's I'm like fuck like this, and I wanted to get the same strip lights for all of them so I can go on the same app and control them on the same app rather than like get five different apps for each of the different strip lights. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do all that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will say though that these lights, the ones that I have currently, the Govee lights, strip lights, they are. I played music and it goes with the bass.
Does it really?
Yes,
Holy
and
shit.
I was like jamming like through. I was like
Uh-huh.
I was like I felt like I was at an EDM festival.
Oh hell yes,
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, holy shit! Like I'm like I can even put it for like a movie as well if I need it.
Yeah,
But like
dude, imagine just streaming like a video game with that shit. And it's
yeah,
just
that's what.
like going to your music, like your stream music. That's so sick.
Yeah, so that's what I was like thinking. I'm like, oh, which we were talking about streaming, right? We were
Yeah.
talking about streaming, so like it works out perfectly. And I'm like, damn. It's not as it's like it sometimes does not pick up everything. It probably depends on like the volume of how high or low it is where it
Oh,
like picks
okay.
up.
Got you.
So like if it's low, it probably can't pick it up as well. But hey, I'm okay with it. I'm not hating.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and to answer your question, currently two remotes on the app, and then eventually it's gonna be probably like eight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other more expensive part on your thing? The lights for me were expensive. I'm finding that honestly, all the little like hooks, hangers, like that shit is what's like nickel and diming me, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
it's all the little things like the wall outlet plugs, or like the extension cable, or like the surge protector, or like even the fucking like drywall studs and shit to hang up these sound panels have been like way more
It
expensive than I thought that they would
it
be.
does it does add up. Like, I think did I show you the? Have you seen the Time magazines for Pokemon?
I have, and dude. I cannot. This is why I'm like, I love the fact that we have the Discord, because now it's like, yo, get into the Discord and see the picture, and
Yeah,
then hopefully when we get video going, it will just be a simple like, yo, tilt your camera, son. Like,
just like show it. But I think I have shown you that I have them up, right? Like
yeah.
I put them. The frame where I used it, bro. Oh my god, that shit's expensive. I was like hurting because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can double check on this, but I felt like each frame was like about $14, like
Oh
for it.
shit, yeah, and they're
And
big for the magazine ones too.
yes, they're like, let's just say for the sake of it, like eight by, like paper size, eight point
Yeah.
five by 11.
How many different versions did they make in the Pokemon Time magazine covers?
Well, I currently have a total of 12, 13 with the
Holy
one. Yeah.
fuck!
So I have with different ones. I mean, do you want me to turn to see? I mean, like, it doesn't.
I'm just saying, like, yo, like they need, you really try to like collect them all on that, but
It's honestly because like the like, to be fair, I probably would have buyed more. But the thing is, they had
yeah,
the Canon starters. They had, the third evolution, the first,
right.
the
The ones that I've seen have been Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Gengar, Mewtwo, and Mew. That's what I've seen. What else is there?
oh shit. I just sent like text you a blanked blank
Oh,
message. Um, so I just sent you the picture. So while you're looking at that, so it's the Venusaur, Blastoise, Charizard, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, Eevee, Pikachu, Gyarados, Gengar, Mewtwo, and Mew, as well as Arcanine as well. Yes.
whoa! Did
Let
you
me
get
let me.
it? Oh hell yeah,
So this one hasn't been put up yet.
dude! Holy shit!
Dude, this artwork, as well as the ones that are from the thing, gives me
It's
like
the
the
OG
old,
ones, right?
yes, the old
Dude, the
vibe.
old artwork
Like,
was the best. I
yes,
do not understand why they changed it.
I fucking loved it. Like, the nostalgia level on that, and I think, which is,
For me, it's the model translation, like the way that the art has evolved. That generation of art translates graphically better, like it ages better than like the new shit, in my opinion.
yes, and it's funny because they also like kind of talk about a little bit of like the old animes back in the day, like, I think it was like He-Man, I think it was called, or something along those lines, and like the
Yeah,
old Dragon Ball Z styles, where, um because unfortunately a lot of people are like, oh my god, there's so much blood. So like Dragon Ball, for example, had blood whenever you used to watch in Toonami, or in like the early
hmm
2000s. So you're like, they would like cough up blood, and you'll see it. Now it's like like spit, like it's like
yeah.
"Tuh."
Oh, oh.
Yeah. I'm like, this little bitch.
I know.
I'm like, where's the blood? He's
Yeah,
faking
dude,
it.
my favorite part about like anime is like when like they get like in sort of like the comedy aspect of it. It's like after they get like the shit beat out of them, they have like the big bumps and shit on them, like the massive band-aids and stuff.
It's funny, it's one thing that I've definitely cracks me up more on top of the stuff with that. Like, and it's the small things that make me laugh. It's what you were mentioning, like whenever someone got hit, they got a little bump on their head.
Yeah,
In One Piece, every time someone got hit, so like if you're like someone, like, I forget what episode it was, but I think it was Luffy or Ace that got hit on the head with like a club or something. Like, they basically got hit. It was like maybe like a
yeah.
knuckle sandwich, whatever. But they, in the episode, like, it kind of zoomed out from the scene, and all you heard is like boom, 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 like three times, and then it was like a bump on top of the bump and on top of the bump. So that shit always cracks me up. I was like, that's so funny
Uh-huh.
because it's as a bump for every hit that they got. But obviously, that it would just be one.
I need an update. What episode are you on?
Bro, I I I I have officially passed the 1,000 episode threshold.
Holy
I am
shit.
on the episode where they're in the Wano arc, which I know you don't know uh this, but
Yeah, that just
it's
goes over. But
do you know Gear 5 Luffy at least?
no,
Where he has white hair.
I've seen the white hair one. Yeah.
So think about that as being like the like kind of like Goku in the Ultra Instinct, where he's like a
Okay.
god like type of form,
Yeah,
right?
okay. So you're gonna have to explain even the Goku Ultra Instinct.
Oh,
I
you don't.
stopped. So the last like iteration that I actually like watched um Dragon Ball Z was Super Saiyan 3 with the
Oh,
long
so
hair.
the Boo saga.
The Buu. Yeah, the Buu saga.
Yeah. So
So
essentially,
is Ultra Instinct the blue hair?
oh no, that's the blue hair is, which is funny. They call it's so stupid. It's technically a god form, the blue
Okay.
hair with the red hair. So it's like the red hair comes first, which is that's when they like um finally discover like I guess the god like form of a Super Saiyan and
Is that considered Dragon Ball Z or is that like GT or because that's like
Super.
way
It's called
beyond, right?
Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, because that's
Yeah,
its own manga as well, and that's
yeah.
gonna be something that I'm gonna have to like
Um,
read.
yeah. So it's I think they called it like Super Saiyan God, and then they're like, oh, I guess I don't know, maybe they like parted ways with that naming, and they called it once they turn blue, is they just call it Super Saiyan Blue.
Okay.
So that's the blue hair, and then after that, they like that's like a higher level than like Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, which quote unquote Super
Yeah.
Saiyan 4 never really happened. It's like they wanted to like wipe that off like the
Okay.
face of the earth. So past that is this form with that even like it goes further than that where he has white hair, and that's called the autonomous ultra instinct
Okay.
form, which is peak in my opinion like of him. Like I don't think they
Well, we
always have
thought
new
Super
forms.
Saiyan
Yeah,
3 was
yeah.
gonna be peak too.
It is, but I was literally gonna say like I feel like if with obviously the artist I think passing away,
Yeah.
it kind of delayed or maybe like people question of like happening. I don't know too much
When
into that.
when did Akira Toriyama pass away?
I think it was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
was
not
gonna say
mistaken.
I thought it was recent, right?
Yeah, it was definitely recent. I don't think it was last year. If anything, it was between the last like a year or two ago. But a lot of
That
people like,
that was the day that I was not aware of how much of a like fan base Dragon Ball Z had with like Latino people. Like
wait, what?
Latino and black people, I had no idea,
Bro,
dude.
wait, time out.
I thought that I was a closet nerd, and then I saw the hardest like gangsters like rocking like DBZ shit. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
like in the
what
gym.
the fuck is going on right now?
And it's funny that you say that because like I've seen videos of like um kids in high school. I don't remember if like they were Latino, white, Hispanic, black, Asian, whatever. But I do remember they were recording him, and it looked like high school to me. And the guy straight up like, ah, like screaming, like he's trying to like ascend like
Uh-huh.
to a Super Saiyan,
Yeah.
right? And it cracks me up because like it's like people, and it's funny because I used to think like I'm like I think I can hit Super Saiyan one of these
Like
days.
yo, maybe I could, like it just when people are around my powers get shy,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just like, yeah. One day I actually did like legitimately think I'm like, yo, I think maybe like I can you know um kind of
Your
get
hair
into Super
already
Saiyan.
kind of sticks up though. Like you're
Exactly.
already leaning there,
I
you
just need
know?
to dye my hair and get some
Exactly.
blue contacts.
Would you ever dye your hair like blonde?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think so. I feel like if I was in my 20s, still maybe,
You would
but I
try it.
feel
You would
like
try it.
now, no.
Okay.
I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think we talked about like how I had like frosted tips,
Yeah.
like at some point, but past that, no. Um, But yeah, kind of going back to the Luffy. So I am in the arc where he turns into his in comparison to Goku's Ultra Instinct. So
Okay.
this is his God form with Gear 5. Um and I'm excited, bro. I'm literally in episode I think 1020ish, and
Okay.
he gets it in episode 1071. So I'm like less than 50 episodes. I'm fucking like
Ooh.
uh, I'm trying to run through every episode because I want to watch it. Like I'm cooking, bro. I'm like watching cooking. I'm like
Yeah.
taking a shit. Like I'm watching it.
Yeah.
I have my iPad literally everywhere. Like I'm like
Uh-huh.
having like falling asleep. It's just on the side, like playing. I'm like I need to catch up. Like I want to make sure I don't miss any small details either.
Right. And that's the hard part that I'm finding, and like I'm nervous for even starting it because like I know I'm going to miss shit. And
Yeah,
it's like that's the problem with binging shit is like you don't like rewatch it and then retrain that part of your brain that like will remember the little nuances and details that like you would get from like an episode being dropped every week. You'd like go back and rewatch the next episode or the next few, and then you'd always have that locked in. With like binging, I just like forget half the characters sometimes. So like I'm nervous. Are you experiencing that? Like the more that you're like going later on in the show, are you having any like fatigue or anything with that? Or are you
there's
feeling like you're cruising right now?
I'm loving every episode. Honestly, there are episodes I'm like I it's kind of like fillers where they're like kind of like replaying for the whole episode like what was already played before, where like kind of like just kind of like which actually it's what I like about this is they kind of do a lot of refreshers. It's like
Okay.
like we're gonna give a little background again on like what happened to him like 100 episodes ago,
I can
right?
appreciate that.
And if you don't like that, bro, skip it. It's simple, right? Like if you're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, like I'm like I go every 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, this is the same shit. I remember this. Like I'm gonna skip it to the next episode. Great, cool, I'm done,
Okay.
right? And what I like about this too, which I think in Naruto, like it does it as well, where it does a lot of flashbacks. It does a lot of flashbacks where it kind of like go and then like it plays it and then you're like, holy fuck, now this makes sense. Like when something was said uh like 500 episodes ago, and then they play it into, which is actually it plays into Luffy's Gear 5, where they said like some stuff about how it would have led up to this moment. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? How did I miss this? And like it just blows your mind. Like even in episode 1020, like I still have those. Um so I'm loving honestly, I can see why One Piece is, to be said, one of the best in animes, and why some people think it is one of the best animes.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is growing on me. I don't think I could, because I'm very biased. I can't ever say that like it's my number one, but
Right.
it's definitely easily top three. Like
For real.
okay, top
Damn,
five.
dude.
I'm being a little too generous.
No,
Top
no, no.
five.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to change. I'm more just like I'm shocked because I remember like at the start of us recording like the pod stuff, neither of us had seen it, and both of us had like been like, hell no, dude.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that I got started on it, because like this is a lot, like the show just overall has like a lot of emotion to it, a lot of lessons to it that you can get yourself for like for life, honestly. And I think we've already
Yeah.
talked about that before. And that's what I like about it. It's just like you can self-reflect on a lot of things from this show. And a lot of times I've seen videos of like, oh, you watch anime, blah blah, and they're like, why? It's like so childish. And then like they play scenes that like it's meaningful, that it's actually like a it helps actually people that are in depression come
Yeah.
out of depression. And people make
Yeah.
fun of that, but it's true.
Dude, there's been some episodes of anime that has made me straight up cry, and I've been like,
Me
"What
too.
the fuck is this, dude?" Like,
I'm like, dude, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've tried multiple episodes
yeah,
with Luffy stuff where like it just goes like, if you ever do watch it, you'll understand, because it's like, it kind of reminds me of Naruto, like in terms of like, uh, the emotions to it, like how
Yeah.
someone can like be there for you and will not go back on their word type of shit,
Yeah.
right? So that to me like is great. Like and I I don't care. I'll die on the hill that like I'll never be ashamed to say now, at least before I was when I was a kid,
Yeah.
that I watch anime. Obviously I like more of like more sentimental, more like of emotion, more of a story to the
Yeah.
animes now, which is why like One Piece it just hits different right now.
Of all anime,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite character? I have a two-way
Um,
tie.
that's hard, honestly. Like right now, because I am watching One Piece, I like Luffy is really high up there for me. But um, I've always liked. I want to say I've always liked Gohan, from Dragon Ball.
Okay.
I feel like
Oh,
I
like
kind
the
of
little the like kid version, like training with Piccolo and everything.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
like the overall like story of him because like even now I know like you kind of said you stopped it in the Boo saga. He also has a form that he recently got in one of the movies. He had a movie where he ascended into what is called a Beast Gohan, which he also
Okay.
has white hair.
Oh shit. Okay.
And is it like it's quote unquote from what I hear on the manga that it's on par with the autonomous Ultra Instinct Goku. So I'm like, bro, this man didn't fucking train, and it's like he's already surpassing his dad. So I've always liked his story, the way that he just like when he sees someone he cares about, he just goes berserk
Yeah.
and he ascends to the next level because he is trying to save that person.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would probably say Gohan for me because I'm trying to stay away from Ash, but
Uh huh. Okay.
I'm gonna say
You. I mean,
Gohan.
it could be Ash, dude. Like if it's Ash, it's Ash. You know.
Yeah. What about you? Like you said, you have a tie.
My two-way tie. So it's kind of not. It's not fair. It's okay. So like
It's
my
not
first.
fair.
Well, it's not because like it's that like when you hear the comparison, you'll understand why it's like not fair. My favorite two characters are Uchiha Itachi from Naruto and
Dude, I love his
Sojiro
story.
Seita from Rurouni Kenshin.
Okay.
Sojiro Seita or Sojiro the Tenkin is a villain in Rurouni Kenshin, and his thing was he was like sociopathic
Hmm.
and super fucking quick. And for
Okay.
some reason, I'm like really attracted to like speedsters.
I
So
can see
like,
that.
so like that really, and then he was just like a teenager, badass teenager with a sword. And as a teenager at that time watching, I'm like, skinny guy with the sword and he's quick. I could be that. That's my guy right there. So like, just kind of like that's my guy. So
Right.
my gamer tag since then has always been like Sojiro.
Oh, okay. That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, and then but Uchiha Itachi is the character that like for if I had to pick between the two, it is he is my favorite character of all time. I honestly think of like the majority of manga characters or anime characters written, he's probably the best. Like most badass in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say like he the I think like just the if you've never watched Naruto, like where it his storyline of what he did, like it's so sad, and I feel like a lot of people it's actually great because like a lot of people do that in real life. They put the burden on themselves, and then you
Yeah.
don't find out what they did until later on,
My
and then
my thing for him was like you always thought he was the villain
hmm
and then you realize like he's actually one of the only good guys that is
yeah.
actually like he's the only uncorrupted good guy and you're like yo he's so fucking badass like
Yeah, dude. Dude, and I hated him for the longest time until I found out like his like what he actually did, and I'm pretty sure I did cry whenever I did find that out. Like I was tearing up. I was like, bro, like,
Yeah.
and it's not because like so much of like, oh my god, like I felt bad. It's more of like this can relate to a lot of people. Like they actually do this, but
On a much lesser scale, like
yeah, of course, yeah,
not
of course.
committing, like killing off your entire clan and everything. Like,
I
that's
hope
like a
not.
Tuesday, dog. Like,
Imagine it's like, yeah. I hope not. But there is a very similar, and I feel like I forget which one came out first, if it was One Piece or Naruto. But point is,
I think One Piece came out before. To be honest with
the
you,
reason why I say this is because they have a lot of similarities of like characters. They have someone that to me represents um Itachi, and his name is Ace, is his Luffy's brother, and he also died in that like the thing.
yeah,
Um, and I don't mean I honestly I don't care if I'm spoiling stuff, because this has been out for a while,
yeah, no,
but
dude,
uh,
there's no spoilers
um,
at this point.
but point is like he also died like in a way that was protecting Luffy, his brother.
Yeah,
The
so
way
One Piece did start before. It started 2 years before, 97, and then
yeah.
Naruto started in 99.
So like I don't want to say that one got from like stuff from each other. It's just like maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know, but they have a lot of similarities.
There's a very common thing that happens is especially with the it's not a thing nowadays, but back then it was really common that a lot of the big name animes or mangas at the time,
Mm-hmm.
their assistants all like worked for like for example, let's say the the creator of One Piece
Yeah.
has a bunch of assistants. Those assistants, some of them created, or at least like Ochiya, or sorry, the creator of One Piece actually was an assistant to Rurouni Kenshin,
Really?
and yes, and you can see that because there's a villain in Rurouni Kenshin that is almost identical in art style to One Piece, and that was the villain that the artist who created Rurouni Kenshin allowed his assistant to create for the series, and then he branched off and created One Piece.
What
But
the fuck?
the two assistants that worked under Rurouni Kenshin created Shaman King and
Mm-hmm.
One Piece.
Dude,
So that was like
that's
the branch. So I wouldn't be surprised when you're talking about like these similarities and storylines. It's like they're all kind of working together and know of each other, like throughout this whole time, which I think
yeah.
is really cool. Because
I
it's
mean,
like they're like there is a level of like respect among like those creators. Like they do like interact with each other.
that is crazy though to think that, but uh, yeah, I figure I kind of bring that up because I was like, dude, that's so crazy that they have a lot of similarities the way you were talking. So like, there is like I have like side favorite characters, and like one
Yeah.
side favorite character I always fucking loved was Rock Lee.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The way hit
The
that this
taijutsu master,
like
dog.
fuck the Gara fight, and when he put the
In
weights,
the first one with the
yeah.
weights.
The
Yeah.
weights, bro. I had fucking goosebumps. Like I was like, what the fuck? And then he's like,
That's the Genin exam, right? That's the first
yeah.
one. Yeah.
He was like, yeah, he's like, no one's ever touched me. The what did it say about something defense, the ultimate defense, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, he's fucking hits him in the fucking head. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I was like screaming though.
Yeah.
But
I love just how they call them like thick brows. Like, yo, thick brows.
yeah, yeah. The only thing I hate though is that they made him a little bitch in Boruto. So
Dude, this is what I'm saying is like they just fucked everything in Boruto, man. Like all the badass OGs, they just
yeah,
nerfed.
no,
Completely
yeah.
just fucking nerfed.
Even Sasuke and Naruto themselves, like they got nerfed.
Yeah.
Like it's like they were the Hidden Leaves heroes,
Yeah.
and they're getting whooped. Like in some fights, I don't remember the
They
fights.
pretty much beat God, and they're
Yeah,
struggling now.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, what? Like I don't understand. Whatever, bro. It's like
Yeah,
whatever you do.
I know.
Uh,
Also, so this brings it back. So every episode that when I do edit, I actually do fact check stuff, like just
yeah,
mentally. I was half right. Like 8 episodes when we were talking about Boruto before. It is still going.
oh,
It is in a new series called, I think it's Blue Vortex or
what?
something, but it is a second half of the series, I think, is where they're going with it, but it is still continuing.
And you said it's called Blue Vortex?
Blue Vortex, I believe. Because,
What?
like, the first iteration of Boruto in the manga series is like 22, 23 volumes, and then that is done, but they are continuing with a secondary series of Boruto, which is what they did for Naruto with like Naruto Shippuden, which is the second half of Naruto.
But the anime itself is on a hiatus, though. The
I
manga,
believe so, because then what would, if the anime, I know nothing about the
right,
anime,
right.
so I'm assuming the anime is either done with Boruto or on hiatus to finish Boruto the first half, but the second one is still going. I don't know if they have a show or not
Yeah,
for
from
it.
what I see here, you're right. It does say that it's currently out and ongoing,
Hmm.
and it says it's new chapters released monthly. And
Yep.
it does say the anime adaptation is still on hiatus with no official release date.
Yeah.
There's expectations of late 2026 and potentially 2027.
Yeah.
But the actual manga is in fact out, and if you do like, you know, continuing this, I guess that is the what it's called, Blue Vortex.
Yeah. So that is on the bottom of my list,
Oh
but
yeah, me too.
eventually I would probably do it cuz it's like I do I do like the families
Yeah,
of series sometimes. It's just like this is the completionist brain in me, dude. Like this is the bad part about it. But like
no, I definitely can definitely say that I do not like this. Uh, I guess how they went
the art
about going.
style is it's not the guy. It's not the original creator.
Oh
Um
yeah, that makes
it
sense.
it is somebody else, and I will say like I'm just not a fan altogether of the art style.
Hmm.
Um so I'm not going to really give it a shot. It's the same problem that I have with like Attack on Titan. The story could be really good, which is what I hear, but like I just can't get over the art
Oh
style.
really?
So yeah, it's just hard. And but this is something that's like those are a lot of things and issues that I had, 10 years ago when like the series or when the series first came out and I was like getting involved in it way more than 10 years ago, but you understand my point, what I'm trying to make
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
I need to like give things a second shot because it has been over a decade
Right.
since, and it's like this is what I'm finding is like a lot of this stuff is like I'm getting stuck in my ways, and I do think like maybe I need to like One Piece is definitely probably going to be at the top of that list of
Dude.
things that I should probably give a second shot to.
I think you should sit down whenever you're like everything is calmed down
Yeah.
and watch it. I think from what I've told you, it based on what I know about you is that I think that you will like it. Yes, it is a little bit of a struggle in the beginning, but the moment you get that one whiff of like, holy crap, like
Yeah.
Luffy is like the goat, or not necessarily the goat, but like he like
Dude,
he's
if I start like half a year down the road, if I'm saying Luffy's the GOAT, like this is gonna be like a full turn. Like there's some lot of had to happen in the year. Like,
you well, to be fair, I think that as of right now, but I am watching this as a little bit iffy, so I want to wait till I'm done watching. I'm caught up, and then wait a few months after that. But like right now, Luffy for me is definitely a come up favorite
Yeah.
character that is like moving through my list like easily, and
Uh
like
huh.
I can definitely say like based on all the animes, which is not that many that I have watched, he definitely falls under there. Like, and I've watched, Attack on Titans. I've watched
hmm
um, Blue Lock, which is a soccer anime.
Oh,
Naruto.
what do you think of Blue Lock?
I think it's great.
Have
I think it's.
have you? So it's not a anime per se. Are you willing to read manga?
I mean, I'll listen to it, but like, I don't know unless if you can send me like
You can't
where I can
listen to
get it.
manga. It's not an audio book.
I mean, like
Right.
like if where I can like, cause I've watched the YouTube. I think we talked about this where like they play the
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
and they
they
like
don't have the YouTube. This is an old one. So like the so I understand that Blue Lock is like the most recent like soccer
yeah,
manga around, right?
yeah,
And the
volleyball
anime
and
I
shit
hear
too.
is pretty dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Football manga, right?
Hmm.
My favorite manga of all time like is a sports manga called Whistle.
Oh, okay.
Um it is an OG sports manga which is it's like there is nothing flashy about it. This isn't like a power creep situation. It is literally like a kid through hard work, dedication, and power of will, like goes from like being sort of like an okay player to making like the Japan's national team. And
And
it's like
and that's also like soccer.
it's all about soccer.
I've never heard of
It's
that.
just he has a dream of he wants to be a professional soccer player and he goes from playing on his like middle school team to uh trying to join like the youth like Japan Premier league and stuff. And the whole series is like his journey throughout that, how he's nothing like special, like he doesn't have like a special move or power. It's just he is really good at learning the game and understanding his role and being a team player. And how just by doing that, it like changes people's perspective of him because he's like short, so he's picked on. But then like when they're not passing to him, and then but they're always like, but he's exactly where I need him to be, you know. So
Hmm.
then it's like throughout all that, then eventually they start passing to him, and then all of a sudden like they start doing better, and then they start winning. It's just like this whole
Yeah,
build up throughout the whole thing, and it was just
yeah.
like very reminiscent of like real life. So I was like, that is what gravitated to me about that series. But Blue Lock, I think for me seemed a little more outlandish, like
It,
sports manga type thing.
it's
Which,
it sounds to me based on what you're telling me, there's a lot of similarities of the
yeah,
main character of how he came to be. Like, I wouldn't say like he sucked because he was good, but he just was in his head a lot. And then
hmm
like Blue Lock is like an academy like where like they get all the great players where they're trying to like kind of like find the best players in Japan to put them in the national team essentially.
yeah.
It's like a project to find the best players, best strikers. Actually, it's only based on strikers.
Oh, they're only going for one position.
Yeah, all of it. Well, this academy is only going for building the best strikers.
Oh,
So they grab all
not
the best
midfielders,
strikers.
not defenders, not
No,
goalies. Like,
but it's funny because then they had to play like 4 versus 4, and some people had to play the strikers had to play defense, learn other positions to play better as a striker, type of thing.
you said
Uh,
you played striker in soccer, right?
No, I was
No,
more
you're
of like a defender. Like I was either left back or right back or midfield. Either like a center attacking mid or center defensive mid.
okay. I got you.
Yeah. So it just varied like depending on that. But um, it does sound very similar. I feel like they probably got most of their ideas from that evolving and stuff like that. Because the guy from when Blue Lock ended that last year, like whatever where I ended, um he definitely was like on the lower end of like the what is it called? He was
Like
just
the
like
totem
basically,
pole.
yeah, the
Like,
totem pole.
yeah.
He was always like at the lower end, and then like no one ever like would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick him. and then he started to be like coming slowly up, and everyone started looking into him, and then he was the goal scorer of them winning against the official Japan U20.
Yeah.
Um, and they beat like a bunch of strikers beat the U20 Japan team, which actually had official defenders, official midfielders,
Uh-huh.
official like so like it was really cool like how they played that like all like you create your own luck based on how you think how you run. It's just really cool. I liked it overall. It did the only thing I didn't like about the anime kind of sucked in terms of like whenever the ball was moving, it almost like didn't seem like natural.
Oh, okay. So like the gameplay animation wasn't the greatest.
Like it was good. It wasn't
Okay.
great. Like I wouldn't say like it's a good anime. I like
Okay.
it. It was nice. Um, they did have a couple episodes where like I'm like I wish they had this every episode, but
Got you.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So um, yeah, I think so. Like going back to like like watching a bunch of anime, so like Solo Leveling. You know, I loved it, and even with Solo Leveling, I watched it. I was like, "Yo, this is like a great anime," and I still stand by that. My
Dude,
opinion.
when
I know you have a
I
different thoughts.
saw solo leveling, that was like a religious experience for me. I'm not kidding. I didn't know anything about it going into it. So
Yeah, yeah,
I knew it was like a big deal. I didn't know what the plot was or anything like that. I wanted to go into it blind. So like I'm watching it, my girl's like been obsessed with it. She's like, "You need
yeah.
to see this. You
Hell
need to see
yeah.
this." And we're sitting there and I'm like halfway through the first one, I'm just like it's just not really doing it for me. Like the character's kind of annoying. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, like so they're going into a video game, so this is a little Sword Art Online-y, and I was like, but it's different because it's not like a video game, it's like magic or whatever.
Yeah,
And then like the big twist in the beginning when like they go into the God dungeon, and
yeah,
I'm like, whoa, like, oh, this is gonna get like when it just crushed the dude, and
yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is a very different show than what like I thought it was. And then when they just like killed him in the beginning, I was like, oh shit.
It's like
So the lead up all the way to dude, I was like locked in probably like after they go into the God dungeon and then just like the thing just like crushes somebody. I was like, oh, this is gonna get good.
yeah,
And then I was so hyped. Right, the scene I think it's episode 4 when he's in he's the bounty hunters, or like not the bounty hunters but like the group that he joins, and like their shtick is like they essentially like let people die to the bar,
yeah,
like
yeah.
get eaten by the boss so that they could like mine shit out.
Mm-hmm.
And when he goes to like murder the dude who's like going to kill him, and then the music starts playing, and then the
Yeah,
like the actual like whatever soundtrack song they made for this thing, when that went going, I got chills down, like just shivers down my spine, and the music just did something to me. Like I was like, this scene is art right now.
yeah,
And after that moment, this was like 6 months ago,
yeah,
I hadn't really watched anime before that.
yeah.
And that episode, I watch anime weekly now. Like I've gotten back to series. I'll casually have it on in the background again.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of all back to like my nerdness that I was
Yeah.
like back in high school and early college. So like
Yeah.
I'm starting to catch up on stuff, but solo leveling is definitely the catalyst for getting me back, and it's single-handedly like the art style, the way that they directed it, the voice acting's fucking incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy who does the voice is just so good.
Yeah, no, he's insane. But
I wish that they did dubbing like that
mhm.
back in the day.
Oh
because
yeah.
it's a completely different game now. Like it actually is enjoyable to watch the English version.
At least they're doing good in that, even if the
Yeah.
anime, like the actual like artwork or the art, it's like not how we want it to be. But for some of the animes is really good, in my opinion. Like the
Yeah.
solo leveling, like everything was great for me. Like
Thank
overall,
God season 3 is a thing because I didn't realize that. So when it stopped at season 2, I thought the show was done.
oh
And I was
really?
like, what the fuck? Like, I called up my buddy. I was like, you told me this was a good fucking show. And there's so many plot inconsistencies right now.
Dude,
And he's
no,
like,
that
dude,
anime.
we're not even halfway done. And I was like, we're not?
No, bro.
Like, yes.
I watched the manga on that, and I know how a lot. It's a lot still. Like,
That is the graphic novel that I am waiting to buy. Like that's an investment. They're like $20 a book, man.
I
Like
may
and there's
actually even
14 of
do.
them.
I don't do mangas, but I probably would do for that one because
It's colored.
it's the if it's like the first ones and there isn't that many, why not? If I was
Yeah.
doing to Dragon Ball, I'd be broke. Like if I was doing Dragon Ball, I'd be broke. That's all I'm gonna say. Like if I was to do like Naruto or any of those, like I'd be broke.
It'd be cheaper than you think.
Really?
How much do you spend on one card, Jacob?
One card?
Okay, we'll put it to you this way. You bought the Ultimate Premiere the UPC for Phantasmal Flames, right? At like
Yes.
180, 185?
No, it's very shameful the price because of how things work, but it will go up. But I bought it. Well, no, I did buy some of them at 180. Yeah, so let's stick
Okay.
with that
So
one.
So for let's say $180, right?
Yeah,
$180 you could buy the entirety of Dragon Ball manga.
like you're talking
For
about like Dragon Ball
from
Z,
book
Dragon
1
Ball.
to no, from book 1 to 16 of Dragon Ball, you could buy the entirety of it for $180. You could buy it for under 100 actually. You can get Dragon Ball Z, the entirety of Dragon Ball Z for $180. The manga.
Right. That's like separate, like Dragon Ball, then Dragon Ball Z,
Yep.
and then okay.
Yeah, if you sell probably one of your Charizards, you could get a lot
So
of manga.
the only thing is like that's just like too much space for
I know,
me.
dude. It trust me. Like you stick with the cards. I did the Funko Pops. You're kind of getting there. I could see in the background, like
Yeah, a little
they're
bit.
taking over. But I'll stick. I'll do the manga. I'll collect the manga for this friendship. Okay, you do
What is
the
this
you do
friendship?
the yeah.
Oh god. But not this episode. But I would like to talk about if you or the family ever does like any Christmas. Actually, maybe we can talk about it real quick.
No, we'll do a little longer one. Yeah.
Uh, any kind of like Christmas like games. Like with the family, with girlfriend, friends, or whatever. Like is
No, I'm a boring ass motherfucker, dude. Like
really
I don't do any like Christmas things. It's just I would much rather just spend it with family. Like I don't really do gifts. Like I don't like when people really get me gifts because it makes me feel like I should have gotten them
we talked
something.
about this. I remember. I remember.
Yeah, so it's just like it's just like I like being there like around people and like having an excuse to like just hang out with people.
Yeah.
But a tradition, no. But like I'll play games with people, but nothing like we're doing this every year. So, but how about you though? Like what are some things that you do with like your family?
So we actually started doing games probably like 3 4 years ago. Before it would just be like, oh, let's watch a movie or like let's talk, let's play board
What
games. But
movie did you have a tradition? We did traditionally watch Griswold Family Christmas.
um, I don't remember because we haven't done it in a while. But there was always something in the background. I guess we're like whatever, like we were like watching like in the channels and like whatever's actually kind of playing at the time, we just like put it on, leave it there.
Yeah.
Maybe like Home Alone has always been like a core memory of mine for Christmas
Oh
time.
yeah.
Home Alone, which we'll talk
Yeah.
about each of them. Um, but in terms of like games, we're talking about like games. I don't know if you ever seen like on social media like the games that people play during now more than ever. I think what sparked it up was COVID. COVID was
Oh,
like kind of
okay.
like what
Sure.
sparked up video games and like ideas of like what to do and stuff like that. You know, I think they're those little horns that you use for birthdays, like they kind of like expand
Oh
out.
yeah, the woo,
Like
thing.
like
Like,
they
are
and
they
then
called? No, they're not kazoos, but I know what
they're
you're
not.
talking about. Yeah.
Um, I literally I think I still have it up because I looked it up because of this thing. Uh, well, according to this, they are called a party horn.
Okay.
I don't know if that's actually a thing, but if anybody's like, it's the thing that it's it rolls up and then when you blow into it, it flans out and then it makes a noise.
Yeah.
So essentially, you use that, and then I forget if I think it's marshmallow. So essentially, you put a red cup upside down. So then the you put something on top of it, and then the idea is to knock down what's on top of it. Again, I'm forgetting what it is that it's on top of it, and with the party horn, you blow and you knock it down. You're not able to use your
Oh, I've seen this. That's actually fun, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you gotta
It's
do 6 in a
annoying
row.
because you could fuck up so easy,
Yeah,
right?
because like I think if you knock, oh no, sorry, no, wait. I think you have okay. Maybe it's not something on top of. Maybe it's something to knock. You're just supposed to knock down the cup. I don't remember if it's something on top or something to knock down the cup. But essentially, you have to do that. Beat the other person on the other side. It's a race to finish like
Yeah.
who knocks down all of it first, and then you gotta like put them all like stack them all together, and then like you win. Um, we my family takes a little bit of step into it. Where like if you lose, you take a sip of a drink or a
Okay.
shot. Uh, there
As
is
it
all.
should.
I mean, that's how else do you play it? I don't
I
know how these
know.
people do it, but there is a new game. I text you. There's a
Okay.
video. It's essentially while you watch that. I don't know if we can play because there's music. I don't know if we're allowed to play that, but essentially you put sticky notes all over your body, and then
Uh-huh.
it's like I think it's a Mexican song, which I love it, and you basically are. It's funny because you are like shaking it with
That's
a
you're
beat
with the
beat.
and
Yeah,
everything,
like,
dude. That's hilarious.
yeah, exactly. Like you literally are trying to shake off all the sticky notes off you, and it goes along with the music, so it's funnier, and like it cracks me up. I think that
That's
we're gonna be doing
hilarious.
that. My brother's actually driving down from New York. Now currently, I think he just
Oh,
got
wow. Okay.
to past. I think he just got to Georgia. Um,
Jesus Christ. Dude,
yeah,
how long when did he start?
I think he left like at 6 in the morning. So he's been driving for like over
Fuck,
12
dude.
hours, like 14, 14
Holy
hours.
shit.
Yeah. I forget the reason behind it. In terms of, he usually flies, but he is flying or he's driving down. For the first time, his girl. No, I'm sorry, his wife. His wife
Oh
is
shit.
yeah. I forgot. I'm not
Yeah.
used to it because like he got married 2 months ago. Um, his wife and his dog are his first time being in Florida. He usually comes by himself.
Okay.
So I guess maybe it had something to do with the dog, maybe it has something to do with, whatever the case may be. So they ended up driving down. It's like about 22 hour drive.
Whoa.
Yeah, so there has to be some good reason.
Hell no,
Yeah.
Jacob.
You can make road trips fun, but overall I fucking hate it. Like
Yeah.
if you go with the wrong people. No, I did not drive though. I went with Lyle and Chris from here to North Carolina, which was about like 14 hours, 15 hours. Um yeah.
Damn.
Like imagine Lyle
Damn.
remembers that because that's the region though that he won and we had to be like, "Hey, I got to go. I got to go." Like
Oh,
remember?
that's right.
Right? And
Yeah.
he's even said it on the interview like, "Hey, I got to go." Like
We're
not
gonna
to be
get
rude.
him on this show. We're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
He,
That'll be fun. We'll get a
yeah.
regional champion on this show.
A Pokemon Go regional champion
Yep.
and but anyways, so yeah, like those type of games that we play. There was one where like you kind of like put like you tie like a string around you and like you have something hanging where you gotta knock something out or like put it into like
Oh,
the hole or some shit like or you gotta like I forget something
yeah.
along the lines of that. It's just very funny. Oh no, it was like have you ever played that game where like it's kind of like a little a little cup and a handle, and then like you gotta like it's a string, and then it's like a ball connected to
Yeah,
it.
you try to catch it in the
Yeah,
cup,
yeah.
right?
So it's
Yeah.
essentially that.
Dude, my grandma had that shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I feel like no one like no Gen Z, like no one really understands that. But like,
Yeah.
so essentially, like think about that. But like it's on you have a cup on your hips, and then you
Okay.
gotta have something that you gotta like swing to get into the cup of your on your hip. But you look
These
like you're
sound
like
low key
humping.
kind of as a dirty game,
Yeah!
Jacob. Like you're playing this with family, dude.
Dude, I saw videos after we were laughing stuff. I'm like, bro, this looks a little weird. I just kept it to myself, and I was like, what
Yeah.
the hell? But yeah, no, there's a lot of definitely fun games. One more that comes to mind is like you put it on the table, you put I think it's either like a can or something, and then you put the roll of paper, uh, like on top of the so whatever it was, like let's say a bottle, on top of the paper, and then you roll the paper all the way to the end of the table, and then you got to roll and bring the bottle towards you while you're rolling the toilet paper.
Oh.
So, and if the toilet paper breaks, you lose.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude.
Yeah,
Holy-
so like you got to do it very slow. You can't do it fast. It teaches you
Oh
patience.
my god. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited to be playing. Like I like those games because then I get lit
Yeah.
too, and I was like at least I'm home. But yeah, that's the stuff that that we do for that nowadays. At least now it's more of a tradition every time now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's a show.
that's a show.
First show.
Fuck yeah.
2026.
Maybe
Listeners?
video, maybe not.
Yeah, we did at least attempt to record a video. We're still figuring out all that, but subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are going to be posting the full video versions of the podcast eventually soon. We're just getting that going and that infrastructure set up. So in the next couple weeks, we'll definitely have the full episodes up on YouTube, as well as like clips and stuff. So subscribe to our YouTube channel at Talking Trubbish. Link is in the show notes. What else we got? Oh, join our Discord. Link is in the show notes as well. We have the Bangers EP on Apple Music, Spotify, anywhere that you can listen to music, stream that. Other than that, big plans. 2026 starting off with the bang. Streaming, video games, the whole nine. I'm excited, dude. I really am, man.
It's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good year.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, listeners. You take care.
See you.
See you.